winning, can't nobody hold it. Can't nobody. We winning, yeah. We winning, yeah. We winning, can't nobody hold me, yeah.
Uncensored podcast with your brother Old God and Sam, and we're going in today. Speaking of Meek Mill, we're gonna talk about his ex, Nicki Minaj. Now, Nicki is taking shots. We heard, I think last week, that she was supposed to be marrying that dude. I forget the dude's name, that he was being criticized, messing, something he did in the past, whatever.
Right.
But Nicki Minaj, put a post up today, and she took shots at the BET Awards, and I'll put it right there on the screen. She says, when you go out of your way to be spiteful and hurt artists who have always supported your show, when you fire great people and who have put their hearts into your show, soul into your show, when you'd rather be a messy reality show than a prestigious award show, when you're still being dragged by the lace. With only 2 million views, the 2019 BET Awards was the lowest rated ever for BET Awards, coming in at just 2 million. Now, in comparison, real quick, before I let you go in on this, Sam, man, 2017, you got 5.8. I would go, one of the highest in the last 10 years was 2009. You got 10.6 million, but now you have a dismal 2 million views for the BET Awards. What are your thoughts, one, on the low ratings for the BET Awards and Nicki Minaj taking shots at BET? Here's
what I'll say. First off, I wasn't really up to speed on the relationship between Nicki Minaj and BET, the broken relationship that is. But I did notice throughout the weekend being there that you didn't hear anything about Nicki. She wasn't nominated for anything, even though she had a great album last year. She wasn't asked to perform. She wasn't there. She wasn't involved in anything. And that really, I was like, damn, why not? She's one of the greatest and best female rappers we got in the game.
Bomb album last year.
She had a fucking great album. One of the best albums. A lot of people said they top 5 albums. So it didn't really make sense to me. And then she says this. Now, people will say she may be a little bitter because of everything that I said. I don't know if she's accurate in what she say. I'm not going to say that she's not, because I don't know. So I'm going to hold her to a word. This is what I'll say about BET, because hope to have some relationship with them, not be a part of them, but shit, we going on the awards next year. We're going to do some media next year. So shit, want to keep it cool, but I got to give some criticism where criticism is due. And we were out here. We were a part of the festivities. We paid good money to be a part of the festivities. Wanted to pay more, but they had certain packages that were limited because we wanted to do the BET after party and all that shit too. Talk to some good people, weren't allowed to do that, but it's all good. A lot of the organization was off. It just is what it is. As a very well-paying customer, I could say that some of the events that went down went down a little better. Would have been down a little more seamless. VIP entry could have went a little easier, a little better. Could have been a little more explained. Seating could have been a little better arranged. Certain things going on with the event. You were alluding to this BET Award weekend. Or the actual experience. Why aren't we invited to more shit? Putting in the money we are. Why don't we know about this going on here, or this going on here, or that going on here?
How much for the tickets again?
I think we paid $1,700 a pop, $1,800 a pop.
Okay.
The next one was $2,200, which we tried to pay. That's the one we tried to do for the after party, and we're trying to put the money up when we got there to kind of even join that, because the only thing the difference was ticketing. I mean, was seating in the concerts. So we didn't mind that. We didn't give a fuck about our seats. We just wanted to go to the after party. We couldn't do that. The basketball show was shit. So I mean, we were looking at it at a level not where Nicki Minaj is on an artist level, dealing with the higher ups at BET. So if she has this gripe, we can see from a lower level that the chain of command may not be that well. So I can kind of go with Nicki on this.
Well, here's the thing. The reason why, and you'll remember this when I talk about it. Sometime last year. It was the reason why Nicki's mad is because when Cardi, became the first woman to win a Grammy for the best rap album, BET tweeted out a tweet and it said Nicki Minaj is being dragged by her lace front. Now you remember that. You remember that tweet?
I do.
So ever since then, and BET even came out and they wrote an apology to Nicki.
About that,
we did, probably did. Most likely.
Briefly,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but and so she got pissed off, and you want somebody with Nicki star power to be in the building.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? And not to say we went in, and when it was time to go on Nicki, we go in on Nicki. But right now, with Nicki, the BET Awards, I will say the awards was a great, experience. But when you look at the other things, I think now that you mentioned $1,700, I would think we went to what? We had 3 shows maybe that we went to.
3 in the awards.
So I think, it wasn't the best experience for that type of money. And I would have wanted, you talk about the VIP. I mean, I would have rather go just go through the fucking regular entrance for all that.
Yeah,
he didn't feel like a VIP.
Nah.
And I don't want to intertwine this to say, oh, because Nicki's going in on BET. No, this is how we genuinely
we were there last fucking week.
Exactly.
The BET Awards.
Exactly. So, but then the people were putting in the comment section, they're like, well, BET is not black no more. BET is owned by this person and that person and that. And so, you know how people do. I mean, BET to me is a shell of it what it used to be. And Nicki alluded to them firing good people and trying to, follow the trends of the reality shows and things like that, as opposed to being a prestigious award show, because we don't have a lot of them as black people.
Mm-mm.
I mean, you got the Grant, that's not ours. The other things like that and shit like it's not our awards. We at one time we had the Source Awards and shit like that.
Soul Train Awards.
Right, shit like that. But the BET Awards is supposed to be the one that stands out. And we got to give criticism where criticism is due. But again, we will probably be there next year, and it's still the hub for black entertainment at this point, and you got to be in the building.
Yeah, we're gonna do our due diligence. We're going next year. We're going next year on a different accord, like you talked about on the last podcast. We'll definitely be having our media passes and having our slot and doing our podcast and dealing with certain people will be very different. But to look at it from a consumer's perspective and still be able to commentate it on the podcast, they just got to do a better job. And like we said, like I was seeing, and I think about it, we didn't deal with any BET staff that was black or of color at all. They were all white.
I seen some. Some.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, like when at celebrity games.
So like, okay, yeah.
I seen a few ladies walking around, and you know what I mean,
with the BET shirts and like the
shit. Yeah. Okay. I seen a few of them because I was looking at a few today. Yeah,
it were. Right.
But with that being said, though, we went up to the tickets and all that.
Right.
I was like, what the fuck is this?
And she gave me a card. We sat there and we rapped, and she was they were awesome people, and we're gonna network with them and everything because they seem like the people to talk to, but they ain't look like us.
We had BET or what's the other one? CNN. Like, what the fuck? Like, it was crazy.
It looked like CNN. It was in the New Era store, which is nice. How was that store? I didn't even get to look in that store. It was pretty dope. Man.
I grabbed me a Sixers hat out of there. They had a $1,000 Kobe hat in there. They had some dope stuff though. Yeah,
I didn't get to check that out, man. The weekend was so nuts and so busy. My mom was asking me how the weekend was, and I'm like, I got to sit back and think about it because there's so much that happened.
Yeah,
obviously Nipsey going to the Marathon store, that sticks out heavy in our heads and our hearts because of everything that happened. And I mean, might as well talk about that right now, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. But the Nipsey, situation, we shouldn't be saying his name, but we are, you know what I'm saying, at this point, information that came out today via TMZ. Who else? It's pretty much said that the woman only identified in court docs as witness one. Obviously, that's the one that had the getaway car. Yeah. For Eric Holder. Says that Eric Holder, they were hanging out on March 31st when he went to the Marathon Clothing Strip Mall to get food. She says they pulled up and they recognized Nipsey, and she was excited to see him. Now, according to the doc, she says Holder went into the burger joint to get food, walked over to Nipsey, and pretty much Nipsey, she said that Nipsey pretty much had a conversation and allegedly called him a snitch and whatnot. And so when that was the first story that came out, if people don't know, that Nipsey called him a snitch, and he came back and got pissed off about it and pretty much came back and did what he did to Nipsey and everything like that. But crazy situation that came out with that situation. And what's your thoughts on that?
Reading it like I did earlier and just being so fresh from going there last Friday and just hearing, all right, so he went to grab a burger and knowing where he grabbed that burger, and then
it's crazy.
And going in there and going through the lot and dipping through and just visualizing this shit in my head. Man, oh fucking man. Now, we asked a lot. We asked often, when are they going to bring in this getaway driver? Who was the driver? When are they going to talk about it? They're not bringing up her name. They're not saying anything. What's up? There has to be more to this story. Now that she's spoken to the grand jury, the story, I mean, you can see it making sense. One thing that I said, man, and that I preached throughout our commentary on this situation was cameras. I was like, there got to be cameras. I've been to LA a million times. I know how that shit's set up. There's cameras fucking everywhere. And one thing that I noticed that stood out to me like a motherfucker going out there, I ain't see a goddamn thing.
Oh,
maybe
wasn't looking hard either, but it would have been noticeable.
It would have been noticeable. And I asked myself, wow, this shit ain't as cameraed out as I thought it was. It's not.
No, it would probably been some in that Fat Burger. Did you went in there? Did you see any in there?
Nah.
Damn. But I know the one in LA was like downtown.
When we went out there after the wars, hell yeah, that shit was cameraed out. When we went to that, was that the Fat Burger? Was it a Fat Burger that we went to?
One of them burgers.
It was a burger joint.
Yeah.
Popeyes?
The one, I think it is a fat burger.
I forgot. It might have been a fat burger. I forgot what fuck, because I just went to use the bathroom real quick.
Right.
I walked in there and nah, it's not.